Yo, what up? So finally this shit dropped, man. I ain't even know. Even though I still got a free subscription from them. So shout out to them. But this was a weird joint, man. Like the show we got on Apple Music, whatever the case may be. So kind of was like irritating because it was supposed to drop. If you remember the countdown, basically in the afternoon cool. Seeing how we just had Kanye album, the bullshit with Wiz and Kanye over the wave shit, and it's like, French roll right in on the wave and basically on this music, blah blah blah, which we should have been had macaroni and cheese for or mac and cheese for a while ago. Still ain't got it, and this was a great time for him to actually put out some music while you had the whole coalition with DJ Khaled, Apple Music, the whole wave situation, Max B, and it just worked out for him. Now we all know when it comes to French Montana, we know what we get, club bangers, money talk, jewel talk, and he may throw in, some hidden gems as far as introspectiveness, what he's going through, throughout his music. And that's basically what we got on this joint. RP to Chinks, he's on a couple of records. And he got the usual suspects on here with a few new people that I didn't see coming. You got Quavo, Kodak Black, um, Travis Scott. Who else on here? Nas, you know what I mean? Kanye West, you know, he worked with Chris Brown before, of course. Of course, Puff, he worked with him before. I don't know if he did something with ASAP Rocky before, but that was interesting to say the least. And an artist by the name of Belly. We know what we get far as the production, his main man, damn, I cannot think of his name right now. Y'all gotta excuse me, I'm a little high right now. But damn, y'all know who bro is that he always rock with. His name right there in the top of my brain, but I can't think of who it is. But anyway, he did the intro record, which was the first record that he put out, and then he put out the Sanctuary record, part two, which was cool. Both those records was dope. Chris Brown did his thing. French took a shot at 50 Cent on there. He spoke on, Chink's death, kind of not throughout the whole body of work, but through a couple tracks he hinted to what he went through. But the opening track was dope. At first, I didn't even know Chris Brown was on the record until I looked at the credits. Because when you listen to it, it doesn't sound like Chris Brown. His voice is muffled with hella auto tune and shit. So I was like, what the fuck? And then you listen to it, and he got like this little ad lib that he uses, and I've been noticing he been using that on a lot of his records. But nevertheless, it's a good record. Got Max B opening up the record. Then it gets into Miley Cyrus featuring Future. It's a cool banger. I'm gonna leave it at that. The hook is kind of funny, but it's lazy, but it's funny at the same time. You know what I mean? I'm like, Miley Cyrus. We already know what that could be referenced to. Drug. It is what it is. But moving on to Sanctuary 2. To me, both parts are dope. Part one and part two. He always keep it 100. The beat, still the same. The sample, he changed up a couple verses, and you know what I mean. He spoke on the Chinks incident, and him feeling a certain way after that. You know what I mean? So it's still a good record. I like when he get on production like this. Going into Figure It Out featuring Kanye West and Nas, it was a good record, but it wasn't what I thought it'd be. Of course, Kanye came through and did what he did. I think that you could hear Puff in the background somewhere. Nas came through with a solid verse. It was just different. But I definitely expected something different. The way he portrayed the record to be something kind of incredible. But I don't know. Some could say this is a throwaway from Kanye album that he just gave French. Who knows? But it is what it is. Going into Man of My City featuring Travis Scott and Big Sean. That record was hard as fuck. And I didn't even think I would even like that record. You know what I mean? Seeing how I'm just becoming a good fan of Travis Scott, Big Sean, kind of been, you know, vacant since he dropped his album, so I didn't know what to expect. But Big Sean shined on that record. Travis Scott came through, did what he did on the vocals. That record's hard though. I give him that joint right there. You know what I mean? No bullshit. Moving on to Max B drop the interlude. You know, I get it, but uh, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Holy moly, come fuck with it. I tried to listen to that shit 3 times. I didn't get it. You know what I mean? Moving on to Groupie Love featuring Quavo. The beat was hard. You know, the song itself is decent and the hook is cool. You know, it took a couple listens to actually, you know, get around to this motherfucker. I came back to it like at least 5 times. The production is nice and the little sampling is nice. It seemed like something was missing. You know, the way they constructed the song, I was like, damn, this is a dope record. But the way they flowing on it, they flow was just off. It didn't match that production. You know, either you speed the record up or you slow it down to match the vocal of their flow, but it just didn't work. You know, Quavo was cool, but it just that wasn't the one for them to jump on and do their shit on. You feel me? But that's just my opinion. Jackson 5 featuring Belly, I didn't like it. It's a waste of a good sample record. I'm gonna leave it at that. Lockjaw featuring Kodak Black. I didn't understand this record at first. You know, it's a banger, but it's just like, huh? Are they talking about they on pills and they getting lockjaw? Or are they talking about a bitch, you know, doing what she do getting lockjaw? So I was like listening to that. You know how you listen to a song and it's like, you know you got common sense. You listen to something, this shit ain't making no fucking sense. What the fuck are these niggas talking about? Not because you stupid and don't get the record. It just sounds like a dumbass song that don't make no sense. But nevertheless, you bob your head to it and it's like, okay, you get it. You know, it's a banger. But you get what they're talking about. But you got to admit the lyrics kind of don't fucking make no kind of sense in a sense. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, I don't really get that record. But moving on to Puff interlude, regular shit talking for Puff. Heard him rant once, you know, heard him rant a million times. It ain't really nothing new. He used some type of fucking basketball metaphor of giving the ball and put him in the game. So I was like, no, skip. Track 12, Old Man Wildin' featuring Puff Daddy and Jadakiss. It's a smooth vibe on that shit. You know, Diddy verse was actually good. We know he don't write his shit. So yeah, we'll leave that alone. But it was a good song. I fuck with it. You know what I mean? Jada kind of didn't sound like himself. I was like, not far as the lyrics, but far as his flow and his vocals. I'm like, damn, is this Jada? Like, is he sick or something? What the fuck is going on here? But you know, it was still a solid record. It's very smooth. You know, that's the thing I appreciate about the song. It was smooth. Going into All Over featuring Chinks, good record. You know, don't know if this from a Chinks album session that he had when he put out his debut album, but it's a good record as far as the production and the sample. You know, it just seemed like something was missing. It was an element missing from the song. I don't know what it was. A good song, but it just felt like something was missing. And then the last record, Off the Rip remix, we heard about this last year with A$AP Rocky featuring Chinks, you know what I mean? And it was always weird. It's like, okay, it was a French record or was it a Chinks record that had French on it? You know how that shit go. But I think it was on a French Montana mixtape. I do believe they have Chinks on it. RP to him. But overall, man, out of 14 records, you know, minus the 2 interludes, so that's like 12 records. You know, I like 10 of them. You know, I think we ain't had no French music in a minute, so it kind of built the anticipation for Mac and Cheese 4. I don't know what the fuck is he taking so long to release the music. Well, he explained that, you know, when Chinks, you know, got murdered or whatever, he kind of fell back from the music to get his mind and feelings and everything. You know how you mourn and shit like that, so I understand that. But it's like, bro, it's a business. You know, you gotta get back into it because it just seemed like he has enough money. For some reason, French seems like the type of artist that has enough money to bullshit with rap. You know, he get back to it when he get back to it because he came into it with money. So I always looked at French like that. Like he good, but at the same time, he just seemed like he bullshit with rap. And you know what I mean? He get to it when he get to it. But overall, man, I gave it a solid 7.5 out of 10. You know, production the same thing, but definitely, hopefully, we get some more quality on the Mac and Cheese 4, man, because I just felt like the production kind of was lacking in this shit. And then I felt like the lyrics didn't match a lot of the production. But still a solid, you know, 10 records on this motherfucker. Don't get it fucked up. Like, he can deliver bangers, but I kind of was expecting, you know, something more. But then for it to just come out of thin fucking air, like, okay, I couldn't expect that much, you feel me? But nevertheless, it's some good music to listen to on here. I mean, if at least not 10 tracks, at least you can get a solid 5 off here. So y'all let me know what I can't talk for shit tonight. Y'all top 5 records off this mixtape is. And what did you think about the Max B being on the project? Should he had him on here more or you know, because it seemed like he was on it, but he really wasn't? Or am I tripping? Y'all let me know. All right, 1.